First thing is, if you're trying to build anything in the Databricks, it's likely, particularly if it's with unstructured data, that it sits somewhere else. The data sits somewhere else. By somewhere else, what I mean by that is that data could be on-premise, or the data could be in other SaaS applications, or data could be, in other clouds where you actually don't have the instance kind of running. And how do you actually make it super easy to pipe and sync? Not one time, but can you sync this data from all the other SaaS applications, on-premise systems, and of course, if you like, bring into the vector DB within Databricks, and how can you do it very easily? So certainly that's actually very important. And safety is an important part of it, because if the wrong data comes into the picture, which data you do not want, what is the method you want to put in place that not just one time? It's not a one-time exercise. When you build these pipelines, you want to make sure that there is methodology and there is controls in place, that only the right data that should be going to these AI workloads, they are going in. How do you select that? And of course, how do you clean this data? What we've seen is that often security concern, data governance concern, compliance concerns can actually come in the way of utilization of this data to build your AI workloads. And you want to make sure that you actually have the tools in place where these questions can be addressed very, very easily. In fact, you have the native ways of building these things. You actually have methods that inherently will take care of cleaning up the data or understanding the entitlement, so make sure that compliance is taken care of and give you visibility. What it primarily does is that it can unblock your AI projects, and all the questions that get addressed from governance and compliance and security and privacy and all, you can address it while you're building your AI projects and focus on the ones that, value creation that you're looking to do within Databricks. Companies have commits and all that. If you want to be utilizing Databricks or Mosaic and other things, you bring more workloads into those environments, you can actually fulfill your commits and so forth. We'll cover some of these high-level topics as we go through. Essentially, what GenCore Sync capability, what it does is that it can, just the name says it, GenCore Sync will actually take the data from any of the unstructured systems, and of course structured also, based on the selection logic that you will define. You can define the logic through which actually you want to bring your data into the Databricks or into the Databricks Delta tables or vector DBs, and it will basically do the job of actually syncing the data. And while doing it, it's going to make sure it's safe. And you can combine that with once the data comes into the Delta tables, of course, you can define the logic within Databricks to utilize it. Or if you choose, the data can also be coming into the vector DB directly within Databricks. And you can define how the chunking is done and all those things are done. That also is the capability within the framework. Of course, you're going to use it for agents. You're going to use it for search. You're going to use it for data intelligence, in general intelligence out of this data. You're going to use it for all kinds of different insights and analytics. The hard part of the plumbing, the hard part of security and governance and compliance and other regulatory things like EU AI Act and all, that can be taken off your plate using this framework, while you focus on the right side of doing the creative stuff and the value creation that you would need to be doing, right?